Look who's here! It's Mr. Google! What the hell is that? It's a new ski cap. Get the fuck over it. It's a new ski cap. Alright, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I couldn't be on the channel for Monday. And I could have made a video Tuesday, but I didn't, because I had homework to do. Yes! I do homework. Got a fucking problem with that? You better not. Call the cops on you. Yeah. This week we're doing 2007. You know, I think it's a pretty good year for film. Not bad. Okay. And, I don't know what that was. So, yeah. I'll just jump right into my, awards for Best Actor, Actress, Supporting Actor, and Supporting Actress. Best Actor in a Leading Role, Daniel Day-Lewis. There Will Be Blood. Best Actress in a Leading Role, Ellen Page in Juno. I want her in my mouth. Okay. Best Supporting Actress, Amy Ryan in Gone Baby Gone. Overrated movie. Phenomenal performance. Best Supporting Actor, and yeah, probably the best performance of the year, next to Daniel Day-Lewis, was Javier Bardem in No Country for Old Men. Yeah, Javier. Yeah, brilliant performance, and yeah, pretty good year for performances. Like two out of four of these choices for me won the Oscar, so I guess I'm pretty good. I think Ellen Page should have won though. Honorable mentions, going into my top 10 honorable mentions: Juno, Alpha Dog, Reign Over Me, The Simpsons Movie, Blades of Glory, Dan in Real Life, and No Country for Old Men. Just missed it. Alright, number 10 is Surf's Up, the animated film about the surfing penguins, and this kicked Happy Feet's ass. I mean, really. This movie was very original, very fast-paced, quirky, great, very fast-paced, very well-written script. The voices in this movie were terrific. I mean, I loved Diedrich Bader, Shia LaBeouf. No. I love Shia LaBeouf. Shut up. Jeff Bridges was fantastic, too. Zooey Deschanel, who I always loved. And my favorite was John Heder. Chicken Joe probably had some of the funniest moments ever of 2007 at least. Yeah, so that was Surf's Up. Alright, number 9 is Joe Carnahan's Smoking Aces. Now, I'm surprised this movie did not get a cult following. I mean, it's no Pulp Fiction or Snatch or anything, but it's pretty damn close. I think Smoking Aces was a fantastic film. It was very, very well written. It really did, you know, intertwine these stories and these characters very well. It's a movie that's really not afraid to kill off important characters, and it makes it realistic, and the performances, like, all around were terrific. I mean, if you can get a good performance, like, great performances out of, like, Common and Alicia Keys, that's pretty impressive. But my favorite performance in this film was Jeremy Piven, who stole every scene he was in. Buddy Aces, man. Buddy Aces. And Ryan Reynolds gives one of my favorite performances of his career in this film. So, yeah, Smoking Aces, very underrated. Check it out. Alright, number 8 is going to get a lot of hate for this. Over No Country for Old Men. In this movie, it's my list. It's my personal favorites. I don't want anybody hating on me. And I'm talking about Fred Claus. Oh, whoa. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. It's hilarious. It's heartfelt. It's really heartfelt. But the only thing I don't really believe about it is how is Vince Vaughn, Paul Giamatti... How is Vince Vaughn, like, his older brother, and Paul Giamatti is younger? I don't know. That didn't make sense. But even though some of the CGI is pretty bad, but I love Fred Claus. There's something about it I just love, and it's irresistible. It's not a fantastic film, but it's really a great movie to me. Our number 7, probably going to be in a lot of people's top 5s, I'd say. Knocked Up, Judd Apatow, and out of the 3 Judd Apatow films, it's my least favorite, mainly because it was way too long, this movie, for its own good. I mean, it was hilarious. Maybe it went a little too sentimental sometimes, but I still really loved it. And Seth Rogen, fantastic. One of the first Seth Rogen movies I saw. I thought he was terrific in the film. And out of, like, all the people, out of all, ensemble cast, supporting cast, I think Knocked Up had, like, the best supporting cast out of, like, everything. We're probably, like, right next to No Country for Old Men and Juno for supporting cast. Like, it had Jonah Hill, Leslie Mann, who wasn't annoying. She actually kind of gave a phenomenal performance. Probably deserved an Oscar nomination. Paul Rudd was fantastic. Jay Baruchel, Martin Starr, Jason Segel. So many funny cameos. Ryan Seacrest. Didn't want to, punch him in the face in this movie. And speaking of punching people in the face, I feel like punching and strangling Katherine Heigl whenever I see her. And some scenes in this movie I did, but some scenes I kind of loved her and she's hot. But yeah, now I want to strangle her. I want to strangle her right now. I'm kidding. But yeah, Knocked Up, even though it was a fantastic comedy and probably a way better well-made movie. But number 6, it's a movie that I saw. Oh my God, Chris is calling me. Chris is calling me on Skype. Boys Don't Cry 96? Yeah. How you doing, Chris?
Hi.
Know why my webcam isn't on Skype right now?
Why?
Because I'm doing a video for YearlyFilmProject! That's right, you hang up! Fucking asshole. Alright, 6 is Hot Rod. It's a movie that I saw. First time I saw it, I didn't get it, but I was a big fan of Andy Samberg. And I think Hot Rod, it's a movie that, probably 15 years from now, like the movie UHF with Weird Al Yankovic, I think people are just gonna, sort of make this a cult following. I love Hot Rod. It's so damn funny. And Danny McBride was in this movie. It was before Tropic Thunder. It was a little before Heartbreak Kid. And it was before Pineapple Express and all those movies. And he was hilarious in this movie. I've been drinking green tea all goddamn day. That's probably my favorite line in the movie. And I think the movie, even though it's one of those self-aware movies, I don't even think it thinks it has a good story. It's just freaking hilarious movie. It's hilarious. I think it's hilarious. Okay, going into my top 5. Number 5, it's probably everybody's number 1. But since this is my list, it's not really a movie that I think it's great. I love it, but it's a movie I rewatch over and over and claim it as one of the best movies ever. It's definitely one of the greatest movies ever made. Not personally one of my favorite movies ever, but I have to put it in my top 5. That's There Will Be Blood, P.T. Anderson, the most well-directed film of 2007 for sure. And it's a great movie. And like I said, it was Daniel Day-Lewis had the best performance, and Paul Dano was great. And even though I think, like I said, it's not really one of those movies I would like to rewatch. I don't think it's, one of those movies. I still think it's a very well made, very well done, very well written, very well directed, very well acted, very well composed. The composer, the guy from Radiohead, did the music fantastic. The ending, awesome. And it has one of the greatest lines in movie history. I will drink your milkshake. Probably the greatest line of 2007. But, There Will Be Blood, fantastic film. Number 4, Hot Fuzz. Yeah, Edgar Wright's Hot Fuzz. It's a movie I love. It's probably my least favorite Edgar Wright movie. It's a movie that's freaking hilarious, memorable as hell, has one of the greatest climaxes ever. But the only thing that kind of draws me away from the movie, not by much, it's this whole big build-up to this one big surprise in the film, and I know a lot of people would disagree with me. I just didn't like the little twist that it had. I found it to be a little bit of a cop-out, but other than that, I think the whole movie is fantastic. Nick Frost, Simon Pegg did fantastic jobs. I loved it. I loved Hot Fuzz. It was a fantastic movie. Number 3, people are just going to hate me for this, and I'm going to say this again. This is my favorites, not the best, and it's 3. Disturbia. DJ Caruso's Disturbia. It's a movie that's really close to my heart, mainly because it's the first movie that scared the living piss out of me. It's a PG-13 movie, horror film, but I analyzed this movie last year, and I think it's just such an addictive movie to watch over Halloween, and just whenever you feel like getting your mind freaking blown from all the cool scares it has, and also has a lot of cheap scares. But the thing that makes it work is this eerie tone Dee Caruso puts to the film that makes it memorable and makes it stand out outside of all other PG-13 horror films. And everybody saw Insidious and was like, "Oh my God, this is the scariest movie ever!" Disturbia is what I think about, what I think Disturbia is. I think, oh my god, blech. I think Disturbia is what everybody thinks Insidious is. I loved Insidious for what it was, but Disturbia was just a better film. It was a movie that had great atmosphere, like I said, very well written, very sharp script, surprisingly. And David Morse played one of the best villains of the decade, I think, because whenever he was on screen, he like scared the shit out of me. He was like, he felt like a creepy neighbor that you would have, and he would just look at you whenever you're looking at him, and he would just have his hair like combed back, and it was weird. And Shia LaBeouf, everybody hates Shia LaBeouf. He's a major turnoff to everybody. I grew up with the guy, even Stevens. I mean, that was my childhood. But like, I love Disturbia, and his performance in Disturbia is his best. I think that's his best performance. All right, I'm rambling a little too much about Disturbia. All right, number 2, and this is a movie. One of the first R-rated comedies I saw in theater, and it's Superbad. I think Superbad's a very close movie to my heart, and as for like the most entertaining movies of the year, this is my favorite. But like my personal favorites, it's my number 2, mainly because it's a movie that like gets overquoted now. I used to be one of the only people who used to quote it. I think like when I first saw it, I think I was like 11, 12. And I love the fuck out of it. I still love it, and I think it's one of the funniest movies ever made. And if you say you don't love Superbad, there's something wrong with you, or you're just trying to be different than everybody else. You can't really deny that this is great. And I was like one of the only kids in school, like one of the like 3 people who saw it, who just kept quoting Superbad. And I was like, hey, I'm McLovin. I'm like, and then the kids at school are like, you work at McDonald's? What? And I'm like, you don't get it. You're not cool. And now they like everybody at school. Oh, I'm in high school now, and everybody seen Superbad, and they're like, oh, we're so cool because we seen Superbad. I'm like, I saw it. I was one of the first people who saw it out of everybody. So fuck you, okay? All right, moving on to my number 1, and I know everybody either thinks this movie's pretty good compared to like all the other Pixar films, but in my opinion, it's Ratatouille. I think Ratatouille is the best animated film of 2007. I think it's the best Pixar film besides the Toy Story films. I think it's a very original, heartfelt, very original film. I have to say, very original. It's about a fucking rat who's a cook and goes into a chef's hat and makes him cook awesome. That's fucking original. I don't care. I mean, Pixar's had so many original ideas up the ass. I know. Monsters Inc., WALL-E, Incredibles, Up. It's just this movie gets to me, and I related to this character. I related to Patton Oswalt as Remy, and I know it's a weird choice for me, Mr. Google, to have this as my number 1. I know some people could have it at number 1 or just in their honorable mentions or in their top 5. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care if I'm the lone soul on this one. I think Ratatouille is the best movie of 2007. So yeah, I'm Mr. Google. I'll see you in 2 weeks for 2006. Very good year for film. So yeah, 2007 is a pretty damn good year for film. Probably the weakest compared to like 2008. Actually, screw that. I think 2007 is better than 2008. I think 2009 is the better one though. So yeah, I'm Mr. Google. Subscribe to the Yearly Film Project, and yeah, I'm out.